welcome back to another speed build. My name's Jess, and today I'm building in Brindleton Bay on a 30 by 30 lot, and today's build is just a Brindleton Bay inspired family home. I really wanted to make something that really sat into the world nicely, but was more my style. So of course this started off with a picture from Pinterest that kind of gave me the idea for the shape of this build as well as some of the coloring. So for the color I went for that like high contrast with black siding and the white trim, and I just think it looks so nice. I'm really happy with how this build turned out. And you can see the garage. You might notice there's a big hole in the top of it, and that's because at the end of the build I will add in a roof piece there by using kind of like a little hack of a method, so I can put it on a half wall. But if I put it on right now, it's just going to get deleted like a million times. So I went ahead and just waited until the very end so it wouldn't get deleted and I'd have to do it way too many times. So here I am working on the backyard, and in the backyard I wanted to add in a little pergola space as well as over the walkway. So I just love this trick by using a fence with I guess is it wall trim or whatever that is exactly, to kind of make what looks like a pergola. It's really easy to do. You just need to make the game register each piece like it is a individual piece and not like it's a room. And that's how you can get all the thick pieces working, because sometimes it doesn't want to work exactly right if you use it as a room. If you've ever tried to build one, you'll know what I mean. So that's kind of my way to get around it. But sorry about it, but I did change the lighting on accident. So it's not quite as good, of course. But you can see I'm working on the landscaping, and for the landscaping, I wanted to keep it pretty natural, but still like it was pretty like manicured and kept up. So I'm pretty happy with how it turned out. And of course, I mean, I used all my favorite landscaping items, so, you know, can't be too mad about it. If you've been watching me long enough, you're probably starting to get tired of my landscaping, because I like what I like and I can't help myself. I just keep using the things that I like to use and that I'm comfortable with. So anyways, you can see I'm adding in a tree line all around the build, and I've just been loving doing that with doing bigger lots so I can put in a tree line. That makes the build feel so much more secluded and realistic, and then I get to kind of pick some of the landscaping that's around the build instead of just using dealing with what The Sims 4 already has populated. So I really like doing that. The backyard, I just wanted to keep it cozy and functional for a family, so I did add in this little basketball hoop. And if you're wondering where that item's from, it's from High School Years Debug, and I think it's for footballs, but I thought it would work. I thought it would work nice for basketballs as well, and I think it looked pretty cool. But here you can see we're working on the interior of the garage, and I really wanted to make it just look like a family garage where there was a bunch of different clutter and decorations, things like that. And of course, a little bit of a gym. So hopefully that'll be functional in your game, but I figured that area could really be changed out for whatever you need. And of course, there was just enough space for a ping pong table, so I had to add that in. And yeah, I just really like how this little garage turned out. I feel like it made the house feel just really realistic as a family home. Really like that. So one thing I wanted to mention was we did have some exciting Sims news, in that we are getting a few kits coming soon. So the pastel pop kit, and I think it's everyday clutter, is coming up, and I'm honestly excited for both of them. I think I'll use them in my builds a lot, but we'll see what happens. But let me know if you're excited for them, which one you're excited for, which one maybe you'd want to see me build with, because I definitely could make a build kind of inspired by one or both of them. Yeah, but I'm of course really excited for the everyday clutter, because that is what I like to do when I'm building. I like to make a space feel lived in and cluttered up in a way that makes it look like there's a family living here. So You can see, speaking of clutter, I made my very own book stack by using the tool mod and the private journal from Parenthood. So it's pretty easy to do with the tool mod. You just need to sort of drag and drop things, and just takes a little bit of patience. But I really love how it looks. If you've seen any of my builds, you've seen me do it a million times now, because I just feel like the book stack looks a little bit more modern than anything we have in the game. So you can see I went ahead and did like a little sitting area there because the living room was kind of awkwardly long. So I needed to fill in that space, and I really love that little sitting room. I think it's a really cute reading space for your Sims. So definitely a good house for a bookworm. But you can see here's the main component of the living room, and I was so indecisive with the pictures. I changed them a few more times before I finally decided on what we ended up with. But you can see I made a little breakfast nook, and then in the kitchen, of course, this is one of my kitchens, so there is some kitchen clutter going on, and I just really wanted it to look lived in, so added a few different objects. And I do think this kitchen needed a little bit of color, so adding in those peppers and that bowl from Eco Lifestyle, I think gave it something it really needed. So one thing I noticed in this build is I definitely reuse a few items a lot in builds. One of them being the fiddle leaf fig. I think in just about every room in this build, I put a fiddle leaf fig in it, and it's just the perfect plant. It's the perfect size for filling in like a space you don't know what to do with. There it is. And that was something I just noticed overall. There's a few items I gravitate towards and will use multiple times. So yes, I am an object repeater, and I won't apologize for it. It's just who I am. So now you can see we're on the upstairs, and I quickly did the bathroom. So one of them is an ensuite bathroom for the parents, and then the other one is for the kids. So in the parents' room, I went ahead and just used a lot of the industrial stuff pack. And I think I really like how it turned out, and I haven't used a lot of those items before, so it was fun to use them all together. And in the kids' room, I wanted it to be a child who was really into nature and being outside and greenery. And so I tried to add in those elements. And of course, I used a lot of green to try and get that message through. So over here in the teenagers' room, which is fully based on that bench, I wanted it to look like they had a faux record collection. So I used that magazine rack and sized it down. And then I made a little like custom table for the record player, and I thought that looked really nice. So actually we're coming to the end of the build, so I want to thank you so much for watching and supporting my little channel here on YouTube. It absolutely means so much to me. I can't thank you enough, but I hope you have a great day. Thanks so much again. Bye.